Hello! Welcome to Bikini Body Ready Prep Day 2. Today we're going to be talking about accountability and progress tracking. Taking those scary before pictures. But before we get to that, we are going to talk about the scale. This is the part where I tell you not to weigh yourselves. Well, really, I tell you just to weigh yourself once every 2 weeks. There's a reason why, and it's because your weight is not the most accurate portrayal of your progress. It's not. That number that's staring back at you, if it's not what you wanted or anticipated, can really just ruin your day. So I know that some of you aren't going to listen to me. You're going to keep stepping on the scale every single day, tormenting yourself. And through this challenge, the only way that is allowed is if you take an average. It means that you need to step on the scale every single day at the same time every day, wearing the same thing every day, and then assessing your weight on an average for the week. Instead of stepping on a scale and then the next day seeing, oh, I lost a pound, and the next day, oh, I'm only down 0.2 pounds. You see what I'm saying here? So the only way that it's okay is if you assess an average. And I'm not allowing you to post daily weight gains or losses or whatever. If I see that you're commenting like, woohoo, down 3 pounds from yesterday, I'm deleting it. It's not about our weight, guys. It's not. And we need to stop accepting that. It's unacceptable. Our main method of progress tracking is going to be through body fat percentage, progress pictures, and midsection measurements. I'm going to briefly explain to you why we use these techniques so that you can understand the importance of following through with them each step of the way. And then I'm going to go through the to-do list for today's prep. So, as your accountability coach, as your macros nutrition coach, as a personal trainer, what else am I? Just really awesome. I'm going to be assessing your progress. The first assessment will come up in 4 weeks, and I'm going to need very specific information from you, and that's what I'm going to need. I'm going to need progress pictures. We're going to need your body fat percentages and midsection measurements. Okay, I'm going to need those pieces of information, so it's incredibly important that you follow through with these steps so that I can tell you, yeah, totally, keep doing that, or no, maybe we should adjust here. Okay? Okay, so why we only weigh ourselves one time per 2 weeks or gather an average is because of a few reasons. One is a dunk in weight, and what that is that when you start changing the way that you're eating and exercising and eliminating and things like that, your body will store water. It'll like release fluids, but then like replace it with water, so it stays that same like consistent weight until it trusts you that you can, maintain future self, and then it dumps all the water. And then you get this big dunk in weight where you'll step on the scale and you'll be like 4 pounds lighter, but that's not a consistent portrayal of the weight gain. That's because you hit a dunk. So that's one reason. 2 is because the only info that I'm going to need as your coach is if you're losing, gaining, or staying the same. So when I do the assessments, I'm going to need to know that information only, not how much you're losing, not how little you're losing, but if you are losing, if you're gaining, or if you're staying the same. Okay? 3 is because the muscle composition is so much different than fat composition, and the weight can't differentiate between the two. Your scale can't differentiate between the two. So it can't say, oh, you weigh, you didn't lose any weight, but you replaced a pound of fat with a pound of muscle. It can't tell you that. Got it? Okay. So there's this obsession in our culture about being lighter. And there's so much power in that number that it looks back at us on the scale that it will make you emotionally react. The reading of your weight will make you feel some sort of way. either justified and really super happy that whatever it is that you're doing to lose the weight is working, or it's going to make you feel like depressed, or what's the word I'm looking for? Disappointed, because the weight didn't change, so you feel like a failure, and then that totally curbs your progress as well and takes the wind completely from your sails. So I'm just going to share with you my own personal experience with that. I was in a lull. I was doing all of the things I was supposed to be doing, you know, being really super strict with my diet, my exercise, everything, like skipping beers after a game, everything, drinking seltzer with club when I would go out with my friends, everything, super, super strict. And the weight wasn't coming off the scale. I continued with what I was supposed to be doing, took the progress pictures like I was supposed to, even though I wanted to quit so bad. I wanted to switch gears. I wanted to say this isn't working. Remember what we talked about yesterday? I needed to make sure that I created a habit out of this. But if I had not taken the progress pictures, I would have been completely defeated. Because what I saw in those progress pictures was that my back rolls disappeared. So the scale showed that I did not lose any weight, but the progress pictures showed that I was completely transforming. I had these deep, you know, rolls of fat in my back that you could actually just like squish, stick your fingers up in there. And the 2 weeks I had taken the next progress picture and they were gone. So take your progress pictures and stay off the scale. All right. So the real fact is that diet and exercise is hard. We know that, right? It's not just a physical feat. It's emotional. It's mental. You feel this stuff in your frickin' spirit, right? You bring this to church. So I'm going to paint this picture. You made the commitment. We start on Monday, right? Tuesday comes, you're down half a pound. Yes, this is awesome. This diet is amazing. I'm doing the calculations in my head. I'm going to lose 3.5 pounds a week or something like that. Totally realistic. And then the next day comes, right? And then you're only down 0.2 pounds. Eek. You gained back some weight and you do some calculations, but that's okay because now you'll just lose, 2.1 pounds a week. Still totally realistic. You keep kicking ass in the gym. You keep tracking your food. You keep skipping beers. You keep doing that. You keep doing it, right? But you keep stepping on the scale every single day. The end of the week comes and it shows that you're only down 0.5. This isn't working. Might as well have a cheat meal. Cheat meal turns into a cheat day, cheat weekend, whatever, because it's not working anyway, right? Until, it's just a series of failed attempts. You keep starting on Monday. Keep starting again on Monday. Starting again on Monday. Starting again on Monday. Stay off the scale. Okay. Beep, 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 boop, 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 boop. So why we take progress pictures is because they're motivating and they're not deceiving, and everyone's goals are going to be different. When one person might be to lose more weight, another person might be to gain more muscle, and there's no way that I can assess the situation by a person's scale weight. I would need the progress pictures. Make sense? We take them every 2 weeks because if we take them weekly, you'll probably see some kind of change, but you kind of have to dig for it. If you take them every 2 weeks, 2 weeks is an adequate amount of time that if you're sticking with the program, you will see change. Okay? We take body fat because it tells you approximately how much weight your fat is. So, for example, if you have a decrease in body fat percentage, but a steady weight or a weight gain, it tells me that what we're doing is working, that you are building muscle and losing fat. Cool? Don't get yourself all worked up about that body fat percentage number either, because again, are you losing, gaining, or staying the same is really all I need. Okay? And the reason for the midsection measurements are because I just learned this. I noticed that lots of people take measurements all over their bodies, and to me, that's just a tedious task and something else that I don't want to do. So we take midsection measurements because it's the only place in the body that continually decreases no matter your fitness goal. So if you're trying to lean out, your midsection measurements will always be decreasing. Make sense? So if I'm doing like serious bicep workouts, my arms are going to grow, But if I'm doing these serious bicep workouts and I'm still sticking to the plan and I'm still eating right and I'm still doing, you know, all the other measurements, even though my biceps are growing, my midsection is shrinking. Cool? All right. So now we're just going to run through the homework for this module. You'll find a to-do list in your course content. Simply just, you know, put in your name, your username, which I think is your email, and then your password, access the course content. In the very first module where it tells you to sign up for the Facebook group, clearly you're here, is a to-do list. In that to-do list, it breaks everything down. I'm just going to run through it briefly and add to it the midsection measurements. The way you take midsection measurements is with one of those loose tapes around your belly button, 2 inches above and then 2 inches below. Cool? Okay. It's the only thing that's not on that to-do list. So we're going to take full body pictures, one from the front, one from each side, and one from the back. You're going to want to wear a bikini or a two-piece something form-fitting, like a sports bra and a form-fitting shorts. Don't wear something that covers your back. You're going to want to see the progress in all parts of your body. Okay? I tell you to access the Facebook group and to introduce yourself, right? I tell you to include your stats and your before pictures. I want to be honest with you. I did not share my before pictures until I saw progress, but I did. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's important that you put yourself out there. It's important that you become vulnerable because we're trying to shake off the old you, right? We're all here for the same reason. We're all in this together. And for this challenge, I'm going to be posting as when I was doing a challenge for my first time. So you're going to be seeing the older pictures, not the newer pictures, if that makes sense. Cool? Okay. So before pictures, we're going to do that. If you're going to take them yourself, you can use a timer, no big deal. Just make sure that you keep it on the same place every single time you do it yourself. For example, I do my timed self-portraits and I lean my camera up against my windowsill in the same spot every time I do them. You want to make sure that the angle is the same, is what I'm saying, and wear the same outfit. Okay, we're going to take our starting weight. You're going to write that starting weight in your calendar date and then mark the calendar for 2 weeks later, update weight progress. You're going to do right in that calendar from 2 weeks from now, update progress picture. Progress. Cool? Also, we're going to do our body fat percentages. If you can't get on that right now, no big deal. Just whenever you can. When next time you go to the gym, ask one of the trainers there to assess you and take your body fat percentage. And then, or get a tape from GNC, the calipers from GNC. No big deal. Just when you get it, put it in your calendar. And then 4 weeks from then, update body fat percentage. Take your midsection measurements, like I told you. Belly button, 2 inches above and 2 inches below. Put that in the calendar date. 4 weeks later, update midsection measurements. Are we cool? We're good to go? We're good? Okay. I think that's it, guys, right? Yep, I love you a lot. Tomorrow we're going to go over, what are we doing tomorrow? Goal setting. Tomorrow we're going to do goal setting. And I'm really excited about the goal setting segment. It's also something that I'm adding this time around. Okay? Love you all. Catch you on the fit side.